Hello everyone, Dane here from Sit, Stay, and Play. Been a long time since I've seen you all on a Facebook Live. I hope to be back sooner this time. I've done some talking about different types of treats and got lots of questions. Appreciate the feedback. We talk about form factors, the way treats come, and not how we use them, not what choices we're going to make, but what your options are. If you're an old hand at training, you're probably going to find this really easy to do. You're going to go, oh, I know that one, oh, I know that one. That's just fine. Stick around, maybe it'll be a surprise. If you're newer at dog training, you might be surprised at how many options there are. Let me start off down here with something that's really plain and simple. This kind of treat is a hard, crunchy treat. You may know it from a company that makes them shaped like a bone. What can I say from a dog's point of view but boring? It's like saying, okay, I'm going to pay you for your job in a couple of pennies. That's it. It's not worth much to me. My work you do as a dog's not worth much to you either. You might want to avoid these. A couple of reasons. I have chow hounds. A couple of them just love these and they'll gobble them right down. But most of the time dogs get bored with them and go, I'm not going to do anything else for you. Your treats aren't worthwhile. Another reason you might want to avoid this type of treat is they're crunchy. You spend a lot of time waiting for your dog to eat their treats. We don't want to spend our training time with that. We want something that they can swallow and come back for more really quickly. And a third reason you might want to avoid these, or at least do a little research, is look at the label. See what they're colored with, see what kind of preservatives, see what the ingredients are. A lot of companies that make these crunchy treats really make them with junk that we don't want to put into our dog's mouth anyway, because they're loaded with chemical colors and chemical preservatives. I avoid that because my dogs do love these, but I can't say that I know very many dogs that do. In fact, 2 of my dogs love these, not all of them. So let's move on to a classic training treat. A classic training treat, the ones we carry are Nutrisource brands. And they come in the soft and tender treats, which I'm going to show you in a second. They come in a training treat, which is a little small round treat, and they come in the stars, which is an even smaller little treat. They're a soft, chewy, flavorful, sometimes a little bit smelly treat that gets the dog's attention, and most dogs love them. A variety of protein sources. So if you have any allergy issues like that with your dog, you can be selective and pick lamb or chicken or beef or whatever your dog finds most appealing and fits in their diet. The biggest ones are the ones that are shaped like little bones. These are great rewards at the end of a training session, but that's a really big treat to be giving a dog if you're going to give out 30 or 40 in a training session. I want to take a treat like this and break it. And so if I got a larger dog, I'm going to break it into 3 treats. If I got a smaller dog, I'm going to take this and break it again and to make it 5 treats. They're really yummy, they're really handy, but we need to make sure we get them down to a size that we're not overfeeding our dogs during training, and they can swallow quickly and come back for more. So some of them are shaped like the bones and larger, some of them are smaller form factor. Pick a flavor and pick a size that is appropriate for your dog, and that's going to be your most classic training treat. Just, it's kind of like, well, it's on my list. I'll get to what my list is in a few minutes, but it's on my list of treats that I keep around for my dogs. The next category is rawhide. Okay, how many of you feed rawhide? I can't see your show of hands there, but a lot of people love the rawhide treats. They're not like a beef jerky. They're not hard. You can take them like the training treats and you can break off little pieces. Really nice if you are wanting to keep something all together. You're going for a walk and you need to lure your dog to you when they start to pull. It's really nice that you can break off a little piece or let them nibble off a little piece. And then, if you need to, stick it in your pocket. Most of them are nice and dry, and pull it back out again when you need it. You got a big something in your pocket, so you know you got a good supply. And maybe, like me, you'd be less likely to let the treats go through the laundry and end up in the dryer if you had something big in your pocket to find. So a lot of people love the jerkies. Again, it's a soft, tender, easy to eat treat. You get to control the size. Gives you lots of different options there. If you're willing to do the time it takes to break it apart and your dog likes them, it's a really great choice. So let me move down to kind of my preferred category of treats. My preferred category of treats are the ones that are freeze-dried protein. Rabbit here. Did I grab both rabbit? No, I got chicken and duck, and I've got rabbit. Most of these, especially these Vital Essentials, you look at them, they have very simple, easy ingredient list. They come in a nice bite-sized piece and easy to feed. They're a little bit chewy for a dog who likes a little bit of crunch, but unlike a hard treat, they're not spending a whole lot of time crunching on them. So why would I pick these treats to be top of my list? Well, nutrition. These treats are the same nutrition as buying a freeze-dried dog food to feed your dog. So if I get really excited and do a lot of training, my dog's on and playing, and I end up giving a whole bunch of treats, I know I've got a food here that I can open this bag, dump it in a bowl, and serve it to my dog for dinner and feel perfectly confident my dog's getting a nice balanced diet with their food. So I always, as a nod to the fact that I have beagles, rabbit dogs, I almost always have rabbit in my little blue pouch here for my dogs, and they love these treats. They really appreciate them, and I appreciate the fact that I'm able to reward them with something that's very tempting at the same time is just as good, maybe probably even better than a dry dog food kibble, because it's a really good source of nutrition for our dogs. So that's always going to be on top of my list. The last category we sell a fair amount about and have here is kind of the whole protein kind of thing, but in a larger form factor. One of the ones we've had a lot of fun with is the collagen puffs. They are, I don't know, they're the Cheetos of dog treats, but they're a lot healthier and a lot better. And the dogs take one of these and you can hear them crunch, 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 crunch. They make a lot of noise when they eat them. You get things like the lamb marrow that I pulled off our shelf here. Again, it takes a fair amount of time to chew and get into and reward our dogs with a treat like this. So they're never going to be on my training treat. Do something, here's a treat. Do something, here's a treat. Do something, here's a treat list. They are going to be on my, this is a special occasion. Or like when we're running agility. You've run a whole run, you got a couple of small treats out in the run. You've come back to your crate. Your big reward for doing a good job on your run is go into your crate, and here's a nice big crunchy thing that you can spend a little more time enjoying. So in training, it would be the big finale, we're done with it kind of treat. And in life, it might be the, I'm going out, I'm going to leave you at home for a while, or this is what you get when you go into your crate to go to bed at night. We have a large variety of form factors, proteins. I could sit here and just spend the next 5 minutes listing the different proteins and mixes, but you're welcome to come in and shop and ask questions. But be thoughtful. Think about where nutrition is important for you. Think about how quickly it is for your dog to eat. Think about their dietary needs, and think about what they're going to swallow quickly so that you can get on to the next training activity. I hope I've given you some food for thought here, pardon the pun, some food for thought here, and you're able to have an even more informed decision on what kind of training treats you use with your dogs. Take care. See you around the ring.